Hi, and thanks for joining us on this segment of Mindful January, where we are talking about creating rituals, about making wine a part of a mindful lifestyle. I want to talk today about some tips about creating a mindful wine ritual. So, a lot of mindfulness techniques include journaling. So, when you're writing wine notes, I encourage you to write down, go through the 5 S's. So first of all, you're going to write down the title of the wine. Is it a 2021, Chardonnay? Producer was LVE. It's a John Legend one. So you write down the name and then you go to your 5 S's. Okay, so what is sight? So you would write down, it's clear, it's pale. Well, if that's Chardonnay, it's clear, it's medium, it's lemon. And then you would go right into the second one, which is to sniff. So what are the aromatics? So Chardonnay, it's going to probably smell a lemon, some stone fruit, maybe some peach or apricot. Probably going to have a little bit, just a touch of brioche, because that does have a little MLF. You might even have a little bit of vanilla, because I do believe they oak. It's very subtle. It's not an oaky, buttery Chardonnay the way a lot of California ones are, but you're probably going to have similar tasting notes to that. So after you've gone through the first two, then you're going to swirl, then you're going to sniff again. Now you've got sip and savor. So then you would go into your 5 characteristics of acid, alcohol, tannins, oak, and body. So you would go into your 5 characteristics of, what are you tasting in the wine? Is it acidic? Is it full-bodied? Is it tannic? Does it have high alcohol? All of those things. Then you're going to want to basically write that out. So that would be a really great way to not only slow down and be really mindful about your wine tasting, but it's also going to give you some valuable information that the next time you go and get wine. So I just gave an example of a Chardonnay. So next time you go and get a bottle of Chardonnay, which by the way, if you think that you're someone that hates Chardonnay, I'm going to give you a clue and tell you that you probably don't hate Chardonnay. You hate a specific type of Chardonnay. Chardonnay, as a side note, is the most malleable grape there is, which means that depending on the site, the soil, the sun, the way that they alter it in their winemaking methods, Chardonnay can taste like just about anything. If you go to a Chablis, it's going to be minerally and almost taste like wet rocks. If you go to California, you could get some really buttery, oaky, overdone Chardonnay, but you can also get some really nice, subtle, beautiful, full, rich, full of stone fruit, full of almost tropical and flavors of banana, apple pie even. Go to Australia, similar to California, but a little bit more backed off, a little bit more subtle. Go to Burgundy, very subtle. So again, if you think that you hate Chardonnay, go to a few different regions. You may find something very different. So getting back to the wine notes, when you have that wine on your list, then it allows you to do exactly what I just said. Okay, now look up or go to my website and look up the article on Chardonnay, and it will list for you all of the different major wine regions in the world where you would look for Chardonnay. Another place you can do this is on the Pocket Guide, which is free on the homepage of my website. I'll also put it in the show notes. But this will also tell you for Chardonnay, you can go to France, New Zealand, Chile, Australia, South Africa, and California, and it will tell you what the characteristics of each country is. So that gives you a whole other method that opens up that whole varietal for you. Or if you decide, Chardonnay is a little bit rich and full for me, I really like something lighter. I'd really like to go back to a varietal that's a little bit more crisp. So you want to try, a Sauvignon Blanc, a Pinot Grigio, maybe a dry Riesling. All of those things could work. So that's where you really start to be able to grow in your wine journey. And by taking the time and not just throwing it back and forgetting about it, and then the next time you go to drink wine, you don't remember if you liked it or not. You just kind of think that wine's generally okay. Well, get better for yourself. Take the time to learn, take the time to be curious, take the time to sit with it. Let the wine linger. Enjoy the writing out process. So often, and this is me too, because since I'm in the industry, when I do wine notes, it's like quick, 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 quick. I mean, I can do a wine note in like 10 seconds or less, just about. I really can just boom, boom, boom. But I encourage you to use this again as more of a self-care experience. And I think that you will be amazed at what you can learn when you stop and notice and really just, again, savor the good stuff. So with that, if you can make it a practice that when you sit and have wine, again, it's harder to do if you're with a big group of friends and whatnot, but you can jot down a few things on a napkin or put a note in your phone. But I encourage you to be mindful, to slow down, to really enjoy, to really notice, and continue joining us in the conversation by sharing these mindful wine moments and any kinds of takeaways that you have on social media. You can use our hashtag. We'd ask you to please use our hashtag of #mindfulwithwine so that we can see your post and follow what discoveries you've made. And then also down in the show notes, I've got links to a few different things, including that pocket guide I mentioned, as well as to our VIP Facebook group, which is free. And you can get in on conversations about wine of all kinds, but where we talk about these even more in-depth way. So I hope that you've enjoyed learning about Mindful January, that it is inspiring you to start the new year with intentionality and appreciation for the artistry of wine. I'm Anne Kjellgren. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.